Good morning, my kids. Yes, well, it's afternoon. I just opened my fast at 12, like I always do, or 12:30. Anyways, and of course, thank God for the reason why we're fasting. I figured I'll just show you guys my front yard, and that's the new airport. The air controlling the federal aviator right there. Where the planes come and where they make sure the planes are coming in correctly. The one that Harry Reid, when he was the speaker of, when he was the how do you say? Well, he was one of the leaders in the Democratic Party, and he helped finish building it because they were halfway building it. Well, it was to add on to the old Vegas, airport that they had. So he actually built the new international airport here, and that's how come we have a Harry Reid Airport. So that's the history of Harry Reid Airport. How Harry Reid became the name of this airport, kids, because he did save the aviation federal controller right there. Anyways, when the Republican came and stopped it in the middle of building it because they needed to expand it, because over here with the little well, remember how I was sharing with you guys how Jesus was talking to me in the about the Provo over there in California International Airport in Los Angeles, and in 2010, and then they passed the health care. Well, when we came to Las Vegas as well, they needed to expand the airport here because I guess the flights was, of course, like you already know, when I came in 1990, there was not a lot of planes flying from state to state, especially, in America. But since most of the states are finally starting to get those Wi-Fi and televisions, thanks to Mark Zuckerberg, because he was the one that helped out, extended his help. He's the Facebook CEO, in case some of you congressmen don't know. But he helped a lot of the alert to go out to the people's phones, before any natural disasters come through. So they were the ones that helped with the other states. So I think they try to reach out to the other countries, but anyways, so that's why you have to be grateful what you have, because Google wasn't around either. Facebook was here before Google. 2008 was, and then I think after that it was Google. But way before that, they had only emails, like, they had hotmail.coms, they had, Yahoo email stuff, Yahoo mails and stuff. Anyways, that's how I was communicating with my family overseas during the pandemic, and all those other days. But, kids, that's the beauty of keeping up with the news sometimes and following Jesus, because he'll show you everything. in history and in the future. And that's the future that he showed me in Matthew 24, which is why it's important to pray all the time for your loved ones and for the earth. But anyways, getting back to what I was going to share with you, but this is the outcome of, natural disasters when things happen unexpectedly, and you have to really go for emergency 1 or emergency 0, where you never even expected things to happen. But it's good to have a backup plan A and plan B. If plan A doesn't work out, you go to plan B. But anyways, I could put up the blind, I guess, but this is good enough for you. But that's the history of Harry Reid. That's how I always remember this tower over there that you see, because I was crying to God when we were staying at apartment 12 over there. Apartment 116 over there across from South Point, when I cried to God, oh my God, they were going to close all these places, and how are we going to survive during this financial crisis? Anyways, well, that's part of the financial crisis I wanted to share with you. You're looking right at it right now. That was continued through after Harry Reid went over there and put it back on. So thank you, Harry Reid. And Harry Reid too is a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and so was Senator Hatch. My kids, he was a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Well, I was going to share with you about apartment 11, but anyways. Yeah, there's a lot of other memories, but it's okay. This is a nice view. We'll just look at it today. Thank God for everything, for answered prayers. But that's how we wound up here too, because, you don't know when you're going to lose your job or when they're going to close it down. So you have to make another plan, like I said, plan B, So that's how we decided we didn't want to rent anymore. So that's how we got that mobile home. We just bought the mobile home. But then they raised the rent of the space. It was at $600, and then it went up to $800, $900. We're like, okay, that's the same thing as like renting the apartment where we were at, which was actually $900 and something. So that's how we wound up here, because we decided, okay, if we're gonna have to pay that much, we might as well just, get our own space in our own home, Like I was sharing with someone, we pretty much bought a permanent parking lot, So that's how you get a permanent parking lot. You get your own space, because you wind up paying for it. Anyways, I say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen and amen. It's just some results of God's answered prayers. My kids, all right? So that's why I try to teach you all the time about how to depend on Jesus. Depend on God and follow Jesus. All right? Don't lean onto your own understanding, and don't how do you say, co-sign for people that if they can't afford it, that means they shouldn't have it. There's the bus, there's cabs, there's taxis, they can use that, you know. So that's why I'm advising you. I remember one of the ladies, she didn't have a ride to church, but our president at the time, Relief Society president, she taught her how to catch the bus so she can just come to church on the bus. Okay, kids? I mean, there are a lot of things you can do to help people without having to burden yourself because you have your own family to take care of. All right? And just be honest with them. Don't, don't fall into this trap of, okay, that you're mean. No, there's a difference between mean and just being straightforward. And if you want a good defense, if you're a Christian or a true Christian, you just say, yeah, well, you're lucky I'm not God, because God is the most straightforward person you ever talk to. I know, because I talk to him myself. And yep, that's how he is. Straightforward. Well, everybody's gonna sweet talk you. Especially your parent. They're just gonna tell it to you straight up. And that's how you treat everybody else. I mean, very nice, very properly, respectfully, Doesn't have to be me, just respectfully, but honestly. All right? I say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen and amen.